Have you ever stopped and wondered what's actually causing the eclipses on planet Earth? Now, according to the mainstream model, it's the moon eclipsing the sun because it's moving in front of the sun and blocking the view. And this can only happen on a new moon. Well, there is some validity to that, and the Prague astronomical clock actually shows this. So this clock was designed in 1410. The smaller circle is our celestial sphere with the sun and moon traversing over it. The center of the clock is the observer. And as you can see, it's tracking where the moon and the sun are in relation to the astrological houses as they're traversing over our flat plane. And you can see that every single time the moon catches up with the sun and passes it, it's in a new moon phase, causing an eclipse. So that does actually make sense. I would say that the moon is the same size as the sun and causing solar eclipses. But why does it look so weird? Why doesn't it look like a rock being in front of the sun? Because the moon is a reflection of our known world. Just like the feminine, the divine feminine is a divine mirror. It reflects everything that you are back at you. That's what the moon is literally doing on a macrocosmic scale. So somehow there is a projection of our Earth being reflected onto the moon, which has been mapped out on a clock that was made in 1410. See that little small blue circle? That's our known land, and then beyond it is more land. Jesus, this was for entertainment purposes only.
I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. You know, and I think that's what I sussed when I was 16 and 12 way down the line, but I expressed it differently all through my life. It's the same thing I'm expressing all the time, but now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know. If anybody can put on paper what our government and the American government, etc., and the Russian, Chinese, what they are actually trying to do, you know, and what they think they're doing, I'd be very pleased to know what they think they're doing. I think they're all insane, you know, but I'm liable to be put away as insane for expressing that. You know, that's what's insane.
This video of this rabbi from a couple decades ago, and he was bragging about how they grind up children and they put them in the McDonald's meat.
I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain their blood and we mix it with a Passover bread, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat their children for lunch. As Jews, you know, we got to do what we do.
It makes a lot of sense because McDonald's, the amount of burgers that they serve, there's not even that many cows in the world for them to serve that. And there have been studies showing that there is human DNA and even like rat DNA in a lot of these McDonald's burgers.
Wow.
But what these elite people are doing is they're taking children, because hundreds of thousands of kids go missing every year in America, and you can't bury hundreds of thousands of kids in cemeteries every year. So what they do is they use this fast food to dispose of them, and we are like the garbage disposal for these trafficked children. And you don't even feel good after eating it because your body is rejecting it, because we weren't made to eat ground up children.
So I might look stupid as hell when I say this shit, and this video might get ignored, it might get shadow banned, it might get suppressed, people might even ignore it, people might watch it and do nothing about it. But what if we just start the revolution this year, today, tomorrow, next week, or a month in advance? Think about it. What do we really have to lose? We can't afford to live. Our futures are being robbed in front of us. We're not gonna have jobs 5 to 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years from now. We're not gonna have freedom. Okay? Like, bro, our government is poisoning us with food. We are being controlled by satanic baby-eating pedophiles, child rapists, and we're just sitting around doing nothing. And they're poisoning the masses. Think about it, bro. They just revealed to us everything. Damn near everything. Not all, but damn near everything. What excuses do we have now?
I have to pay my rent. I have kids to feed. I have to go to work.
You don't get it, do you? You don't get it. Like, and then I see idiots getting mad at me because they say that I'm just coming on here whining and complaining, thinking that one man is going to start the revolution. No, I have the brain to point it out, but it takes a village. We all collectively have to do something about it. Me as one person, I can't, bro, they're going to eat me alive if I do this alone. You get what I'm saying? Like, how is it possible for me to stand up to them one man alone? I have the awareness and the voice and the mouth and the mind and the brains to point it out. Now it takes a village to take action. All I can do is voice my truth, point humanity in the right direction, take any action that I can, and hoping for everybody to stand by me. It's all of us that needs to act, not just one person. It's all of us collectively. But we're too busy sitting behind a screen being hypnotized by the very tools that the elites, the same elites that are raping babies and drinking blood, gave us to keep us sedated, desensitized, and distracted. What is it going to take, man? That's the problem with Americans. Y'all are too comfortable. And I'm not saying we all have to meet up in Washington, D.C. and burn the White House down. I mean, we could do that. We could very much do that. I mean, that's not where the elites are. You know, they're everywhere. They're on these islands. They're in these cabin lodges in the woods. They're in these underground temples. But it would prove a point. It would prove a point that we're not fucking around anymore. I mean, you guys see the ICE protests as an example. Nationwide, everyone was protesting in their cities, and that's great. But now we have to stay consistent with that and do it collectively, from city to city, state to state, country to country. And we have to be consistent with it. Not a day, not a weekend, a week to a month. That'll really let the system know we're not fucking around anymore. Bro,